There's one thing about your brain that, once I show it to you, explains almost 90% of the suffering you have quietly carried since you were a child. I'm going to give it to you in the next few minutes. And I'm going to give you 3 practices that actually rewire it. Not think positive, the real thing. Quick test first. Yesterday, someone you love sent you a kind text. Someone you barely know sent you a cold one. Guess which one is still in your chest right now? I spent years thinking something was wrong with me. I would lie awake at 3 in the morning over a message no one else would have noticed. Until one day I read a single paragraph by a psychologist named Rick Hansen, and I realized it was not me. It was a brain that did not know what century it was living in. And once you see what I am about to show you, you cannot unsee it. You replay the awkward thing you said 3 years ago. You get 10 compliments today and 1 piece of criticism. And the criticism is the one keeping you awake. You scan your partner's face for the micro-expression that means something is wrong. You read a single negative comment online and forget the 100 positive ones above it. You walk away from a good conversation and your mind goes straight to the one sentence you wish you had phrased differently. You think this is a personality flaw. It is not. It is architecture. Negative signals capture your attention more strongly because, evolutionarily, this is what kept your ancestors alive. The same circuitry that kept a Pleistocene human alive long enough to have descendants is the circuitry you inherited. And that circuitry has one job. Notice threats first. Notice them faster and remember them longer than anything else. Rick Hansen described this in one sentence that changed my life. He said the brain is Velcro for the negative and Teflon for the positive. Read that again. Threats stick. Good things slide. A criticism wraps around you like a barbed hook. A compliment passes through you like water. This is not because you were damaged. For almost the entire history of our species, the cost of missing one threat was death, and the cost of missing one good thing was nothing. The ancestor who obsessed over the rustle in the grass survived. The one who stopped to savor the sunset got eaten. You are descended from the warriors. All of us are. Now picture this. Your partner sends you a cold text. By the time you finish blinking, your heart is already beating faster. Your shoulders have tightened. Stress hormones are already in your blood. And you have not even consciously thought, what was that yet? The thinking part of your brain is running a full second behind your body. Everything you analyze afterward is just you explaining a reaction that already happened without you. And here is the first practice I'm going to give you right now. Before we go any further, because you can start using it the second this video ends. I call it the 20-second rule. When something good happens, you stop and hold it in your awareness for 20 seconds. That is roughly the time the brain needs to begin moving an experience into long-term memory. Most of us spend 0 seconds on good moments and 20 minutes on bad ones. We are training the wrong system. This reverses it. Hold the rest of the video. I'm coming back to 2 more. And the third one is what therapists use to pull people out of panic attacks in 30 seconds. Because first, you need to see how this leaks into your daily life in ways you have probably never named. Rumination, that loop of replaying something painful again and again, is your brain trying to extract a lesson from a threat so the threat never happens again. It feels like punishment. It is actually protection that has gone feral. Hypervigilance in relationships, reading every pause and every changed emoji and every slightly delayed reply as a sign that you are about to be left, is your attachment system fused with your threat detector. It is not paranoia. It is an inheritance from ancestors for whom being expelled from the tribe was a death sentence. Your nervous system still believes that. It does not know that your group chat is not a tribe, and a left-on-read text will not kill you. And the inability to receive a compliment The way you deflect it and minimize it is not modesty. It is your brain failing to encode positive information because there is no survival pressure to remember it. Praise does not stick. Criticism does, unless you do something about it. If even one of those three is yours, write the number in the comments, not for me, so you can see you are not the only one. And what you do about it is simpler than you think. But it is not what self-help told you. This is not about thinking positive. Thinking positive is the spiritual equivalent of telling a person with a broken leg to walk it off. The two practices left are grounded in how the brain actually changes. The second one, name it to tame it. When you feel that familiar tightening in your chest because someone did not text back, or your boss looked at you a certain way, you say to yourself, almost out loud, "That is my threat system firing. That is not reality. That is an ancient circuit doing what it has always done. You do not have to fight it. You do not have to argue with it. You just have to put a label on it so it stops pretending to be the truth." Brain scans show this works. The labeling itself is the medicine. And here is the third one, the one I promised you, the 3-second question. You ask your body one thing. Is the danger happening right now? Or am I remembering it? Or am I imagining it? Almost always the answer is the second or the third. The threat is not in the room. Your body is responding to a story. Once you locate the threat in time, your nervous system can begin to release it. 3 practices. 20-second rule, name it to tame it. 3-second question. This is how you teach a brain built for predators to live well in a world of inboxes. You are not erasing the negativity bias. You cannot. It is bone deep. You are feeding the other system, the one that notices the good, the one that has been starving in you not because you are ungrateful, but because no one ever told you it needed to be fed. And this is the part that changes everything. Your brain's tilt toward the negative is not a curse. It is a gift that has outlived its context. The same wiring that kept your ancestors alive in a dangerous world is now exhausting their descendants in a comparatively safe one. The work is not to silence the threat detector. It cannot be silenced, and you would not want it to be. The work is to consciously, gently, repeatedly feed the system that notices what is good, until the good starts to stick. You are not condemned to a mind that only sees what hurts. You can teach it, slowly, with patience, with the kind of self-compassion that recognizes you have been carrying a Pleistocene nervous system through a digital century and doing your best the whole time. Your brain is not your enemy. It is an ancient instrument that has not been tuned for the music it is being asked to play, and the tuning is your work now. 1 20-second pause at a time, until one day you open your phone, read a cold message, and just close it. The warm one stays. The cold one goes. The compliment lingers into the evening. The criticism passes through you instead of through your sleep. That is the moment you will know the brain is finally yours. Try one practice today. Just one. Tell me in the comments which one and what you noticed. I read them all. And if this gave you a name for something you have carried in silence, send it to one person you love. They probably needed it too.